Raise your hand if you have never won an Emmy.
No dice.
No dice on that. This show and series might actually be Emmy worthy, but it's not every day we get to renovate an Emmy winner's yard. We officially have grass babies.
It makes me feel like a failure of a suburban dad.
I feel like our backyard is just a mess of grass and rocks and dirt.
Probably the worst I've ever seen it.
Horrible grass, patchy grass all the time. We'd love to get something more out of this lawn.
Grass with a G, G-R, grass. Anybody have a goat? It is seeding day. What do we think?
It's freaking awesome.
That seed just worked like magic here.
Those are all different factors that go into selecting the right grass type.
Should I keep everyone off the lawn? What am I supposed to do? It looks so good.
It's gone. You can't even see it. What happened to it?
That's what she said.
The results blew away my expectations.
Drink beer, lay in the lawn.
I absolutely stole a juice box out of my mom's fridge earlier when I was there. Anybody can have a lawn like this if you want to.
Oh yeah, that's real nice. That's so soft.
Boy, was it worth it. On this episode, we are doing a makeover at Jason DeRusha's house. Jason is a 9-time Emmy winner and local celebrity and personality here in Minnesota and the Midwest regions for his time as anchor at WCCO and being a host at WCCO Radio. He is also a well-known food critic across the state of Minnesota and is a James Beard Award finalist, and the city of Minneapolis even proclaimed September 21st as Jason DeRusha Day. So to say that we're excited to make over Jason's yard is an understatement. So without further ado, let's go get this party started and let's go meet Jason. Jason, how are we doing?
Oh, it's great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I hear we need a lawn and we need it fast.
We need some improvement because we've got a high school graduation party coming to this yard.
That's exciting. When is the party? How far away are we at?
We're about 5 weeks away from the party. It makes me feel like a failure of a suburban dad. You got lush, dark green lawn over here, big kind of empty patches in here. I tried to kind of get this area going. Last year, we tried to recover some of this stuff. Kind of the drought the summer before really wiped this area out over here. So it's just so thin and kind of messed up. And then this area, I mean, look at all these this is all empty patch all through here, all the way down here. This looks goofy. It just is. You know, when you're up on the deck or in the kitchen or in the bedroom looking out the window and you see like all these open spots, I mean, what I see when I look around is a lot of failure. It's a lot of failure. Sad. Sad, really.
Well,
Can we do it? Can we rehab the lawn that fast?
I think we got a solution for you. So with spring projects, there's always going to be a few different risks involved, and this is no exception. We want fast grass to pop through. We want that rapid germination, but we also need to be aware of what's coming after spring, and that's going to be a long period of time, at least here in the upper Midwest, where there's hot, humid, drought-like conditions that can really put a beating on new grass. And we really need to get out of the gates early enough in order to provide enough germination time, enough establishment time for these new grass babies to really make it through summer, right, James?
Yeah, and here in Minnesota, it's even a little bit trickier where in some other states, you might have just a longer period of time where the soil is amenable for this. But anyone else who's watching here from Minnesota, you know, just a month back, it was really cold where you were not getting anything growing a month back ago in the middle of April.
Yeah, we're in that sweet spot of our year where it's not cold enough to wear a winter coat. It's not hot enough where you're sweating, and there's no mosquitoes. And it lasts about 5 days. So let's enjoy it.
Nothing says spring fun like a lawn renovation.
Mosquito-free, DEET-free. Let's knock it out. I think we've got a good solution for you for perennial ryegrass. Germination times are like a week.
A week?
So we could do this later if you want, but let's not push it.
Let's go.
Let's
go. It is time for us to let's get growing.
It's mo time. Let's do it. So at the Grad Party Project, we are solving for 2 environments. In the backyard, we have a full sun, rapid germination environment and need to host that grad party in less than 5 weeks, where we know we're going to be using some sort of blend of a perennial ryegrass to get that fast germination with plenty of time before the grad party. But in the front, we have a dense shade environment where perennial ryegrass in a long-term setting won't handle the best, and we know that. So I'm gonna call my friends at Twin City Seed to figure out what they would recommend for up here in the front. That also gets us ready for the grad party in the back.
Hey, yo, how's it going, man?
Hey, it's going great. I just got back speccing out the grad party project with Jason, and I wanted to throw some scenarios out there and just let me know what your thoughts are on it.
Awesome. Let's hear it.
Okay, solid. I think we're gonna have to solve for two scenarios here. The grad party is in 5 weeks. His backyard is a full sun environment, and the front yard is more like dense shade. So on the back side, I know we're gonna wanna do something that has quick germination, some fast color with plenty of room before the grad party. So I'm thinking Fielder's Choice perennial ryegrass. I'm really confident with that. But from the front yard, it's a little bit different. Like I said, it's a little bit shaded, mostly shaded up there. And I know perennial ryegrass isn't gonna handle all that well up there. So I just wanted to get your thoughts. I'm thinking of a blend, but wanted to lean on your opinion on this one.
You hit the nail on the head there with the Fielder's Choice, where if they need this to be ready quick for a party, getting some perennial ryegrass down there with the quick germination time, that's exactly what they need. As for the front, I definitely like where your head is at, going with the shady mix. We're getting some fescues in there, some fine fescue, some tall fescue with the strong shade tolerance is exactly what you want to see. And even the Mazama KBG has really good shade tolerance as well. And don't worry about the germination times here. You've got plenty of time here before the party gets started. This is definitely the way to go.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's go with that. I think he's going to be really impressed with how the front turns out after you threw out that recommendation and how that transforms, and obviously with the grad party in the back next month. I will be over there in just a couple days to pick everything up so we can get this whole thing started.
Looking forward to it. See you.
All right, take care. All right, so we are about 4 or 5 weeks from our grad party that we are getting this yard prepped for, and it is just the time to seed. And I know that because this white tree behind us is looking great now. But in 3 or 4 days, all of those white flowers are gonna come down. All of it's gonna go straight into my eyeballs, straight into my sinuses, and I won't be able to breathe for about 4 or 5 days, or weeks. Allergy season is fun up here. But nonetheless, we have a yard to get ready for, and it is prime time to get seed down. And with any germination rate for any cool season grass type, 4 or 5 weeks is more than plenty. But what we're trying to beat is that hot, stressful sun and that hot, stressful weather that's coming in a little bit less time than that. That's the biggest risk with the spring seed on top of things like washout and all of those different things. So that's what we're really trying to go with. For this yard, we have a very quick germination grass type. We got James doing the dethatching work back here, but we have a quick germination type that will really just pop through in almost less than a week. He'll have a lawn again, or they'll have a lawn again. There's really not much that's bad with this as a foundation. It's actually looking pretty darn good. We have a lot of different bare spots. If you get like an aerial view, you can kind of see what we're looking with, but some of these shaded areas that didn't necessarily get the grass to germinate maybe the last time they did this, and voles and things like that just kind of tore up the yard. So we're gonna repair all of those areas to make it thick, make it nice and lush and green, so I can enjoy that party and make this yard look A+. Psst, guess what day it is? It's seeding day. Seeding day. Seeding day. Yeah, seeding day. Let's go. We are laying down seed. We are putting 2 different blends down in Jason's yard for the grad party project. In the back, we are going with Fielder's Choice perennial ryegrass. And in the front, we are going with Twin City Seed Shady Mix, which is a mixture of shade-tolerant Kentucky bluegrasses, tall fescues, fine fescues, and a little bit of perennial ryegrass to really make that area pop right before and in time for guests to arrive to the grad party. All right, the hard work of this project is all complete. And in reality, it wasn't a lot of hard work. It was just making sure that we did the process right so we can actually have an event that people look forward to with a really nice lawn to walk their feet on. So we filled up all the bare spots, we mowed low, we dethatched, we bagged all of the clippings up and all of the thatch up. We laid down some C20, some 464 fertilizer. We put down our Fielder's Choice perennial ryegrass, and it is time to start watering this in. And we'll follow a water schedule probably for the first week here, and we'll have grass babies, like we talked about, within about 5 to 7 days. And definitely within the next week or so, we're gonna have our grass babies getting ready to come to the party and filling up our bare spots and lush area. So I'm back here to check on the progress at the grad party project. It's only been a few short weeks since we seeded. You know that because there's no white flowers and all of that stuff on that tree anymore, and it got all up in our sinuses, just as predicted. Whew, but this is an exciting day, and you wanna know why? Because we officially have grass babies. Now, just as it was with most of the spring projects that we did this year, we got a little bit of a slow start to our germination. And even with something like perennial ryegrass like we did here in the backyard, it took a little bit longer, and that's really expected. Got nervous for a little bit, but patience is always that thing that is going to get tested in projects like this because it filled up really, really nicely. Got a couple more weeks to go for these little grass babies to mature and really thrive this lawn into a lush looking backyard again. So let's click that fast forward button and let's get ready for that grad party. All right, it's reveal day. We just got back to the grad party project. It's been about 2 weeks since we've been here to kind of check on the updates and since we've had our grass babies. So I'm excited to see how things have matured. Let's go check it out and see exactly how things are looking back there. Oh yeah, this hill came in real nice. And I can already tell the back's filling in pretty good too. This is awesome. Woo. So at the grad party project, we remember that we have 2 different environments in the front and in the back. In the front yard, it's going to be primarily shade. This is really the only sun that this area gets is in that morning sun. And in the back, it's complete opposite. It's primarily sun with just a little bit of shade. So we're identifying 2 different goals here. We wanted to establish a lush looking lawn in a shady environment. And in the back, we need rapid germination to get ready for that grad party where it's going to be hosted. So in the front, we used a shady mix from Twin City Seed. It's a mix of Kentucky bluegrasses, tall fescues, fine fescues, and a little bit of perennial ryegrass that are all shade tolerant that have come through really good that actually thrive in this area. In the back, we are using that elite Fielder's Choice mix from Twin City Seed as well to get that rapid germination, that quick green up, and that quick lush looking lawn just in time for the grad party in T-minus 6 days. So we are 6 days away from the big grad party day. We did it. We grew grass fast.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, am I ready for the graduation party? Am I ready to have a high school graduate? No. Is my lawn ready? Yes, we are ready.
And yeah, you just got to bring the Kleenex, right?
That's we now have a few more blades of grass to absorb my tears
There you
if
go.
I get emotional.
That's a good way to
that's
look at
nice,
it.
yeah.
That is a good way to look at it. Yeah, I think it's a few thousand more blades of grass. So I think you're good. So no, honest thoughts. So we came here about 6 weeks ago or so. You identified some of those problem areas, right? You had some bare patches throughout the lawn, and obviously you're getting ready for an event. But what do you think?
The results blew away my expectations.
Awesome.
It's so uniform and green and lush, and it really looks terrific. We had tough conditions.
We did.
Barely had any rain. It's been so hot. And so the fact that like this looks this good it's a little astonishing to me. I didn't expect it. Not that I doubted you. That I doubted you, but I a little bit maybe doubted you.
Hey, and that's the thing I always tell people. It's like, I kind of doubt myself at about day 14 sometimes, but patience is the thing. You just
you're
have
right.
to trust the process.
Because you warned me at the beginning, like it wasn't popping as quickly as we expected. So I was a little nervous. My wife's like, hey, I don't really see anything going on. And
Not
then
much happened.
all of a sudden it just went great.
Yeah, and we noticed that throughout most of the projects we did this year. We got out to a late spring.
Yeah.
And just the slow germination times was pretty much across the board regardless of what grass type you chose, and this was one of them too.
Well, you really brought 2 different solutions to the table for us here, because this backyard you can see is very sunny.
Yeah.
And so dry and so sunny, but that seed just worked like magic here. I was even more surprised with the shady front yard, with how well that performed, because that really solved all of our front yard problems in just 6 weeks.
It's interesting because you do have two different environments back here, like you mentioned.
We all can relate to that, right? Everybody has that shady patch where it's like, I just can't get it to go, and you got it to go.
For sure. The germination popping and it thickening up and all of those things is really the difference between, especially the color. It's a lot greener than it was 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Is just the difference between an elite grass seed versus something that you might find at maybe a big box store or somewhere else that you just don't put much thought into. So
Just the quality, and the reality is it was pretty patchy, pretty inconsistent, and now you look and it's perfect.
yeah, it works. And now you got something to look forward to this whole entire summer. So
I may require the graduation party guests to take their shoes off.
keep the
Should
shoes
I
up
keep
front.
everyone off the
I think you
lawn?
should.
What am I supposed to do? It looks so good.
Grass is here to be walked on.
That's right.
Grass is here
That's
to be
right.
walked on. So this was a fun project. Thank you for letting us have some experiments and letting you have the grad party and having the backyard that you were hoping for. And
Maybe
this was
people
fun.
will finally believe that DeRusha Seeds is a legitimate grass influencer account.
I didn't doubt you for 1 second. I think we need one final sign off from you.
I mean, when it looks this good, how do you not just say, let's get growing?
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mo Time Makeover. Tune in to our next episode where we answer a very popular question of how we can overseed and have success in a shady environment. You got a glimpse of it here, but we have even more options to cover as we go make over our next yard back in the woods. We'll catch you next time.